Hello, what's up guys? So in this video I'll be showing you how to create a zero-tick sugarcane farm, just like the ones you can see now. All the way down here, it's a step-by-step tutorial. So here you can see what it'll look like when it's finished. This is one module. And you can see that it has a lot of different steps to it, but we'll go over each one of them. This is an accident, didn't mean to do this. So, continuing on. You see that there's blocks like placed around it. That's to hold in the water. And right here, this is what it would look like if you put 5 modules together and like outline them with blocks and stuff. I separated them a little further than needs to be. I put them 2 blocks apart instead of 1. They only needed to be 1. I made a bit of a mistake there, but you can see because there's the sugarcane is coming out quickly. Like you'll see it going to the hoppers. It runs like very quick. I don't recommend making more than 5 in your world. So you can see here you need a 3x7x7 area. I marked it out with diamond gold blocks. You can count them out. And it's 7 tall, 7 long, and 3 wide. Here's the first step. So you're going to place 3 blocks in a diagonal fashion, like so. And then 1 block 2 up from the last block down, as you can see there. Here's a side view. Next, you're going to place a redstone dot on the back block under the second to top block. Then you're going to place a redstone repeater, specifically facing backwards. If it's not facing backwards, it will not work. Make sure not to change the tick speed. It has to look just like mine does, facing that direction. And you should also see a redstone torch on the back behind that redstone repeater. Now you're going to place a lever on the front block and switch it off, like I'm about to do, right there. And there's a chest on top of the block on top, and then place a hopper going into the chest. You should see the neck of the hopper going inside of the chest. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to place a piston and dirt with a redstone torch on the back of the piston. Here's an example right here. So we're going to reach over here, place a piston. It should push you up, and then dirt on the back, and then redstone torch on the bottom half of the piston. Okay? We're going to move on to the next step. We're going to place 3 blocks, 2 up on the first redstone torch, 1 over, and then a redstone torch under the last block that you place. Next, we're going to place 2 redstone on the top of those blocks, and then a piston coming out of them, as you can see here. It's quite complicated to place the piston in that case, due to the very small hitbox of the redstone. So I'm going to show you an example here. So you can see the small box around the redstone, and then you're going to just place a piston there, like so. And the piston should immediately push out because the redstone is powered. So in the next step here, you can see that we place in a stair. We waterlog the stair, and then we put blocks on both sides of it, just to make sure that the water doesn't get out. Even though if the water did leak out, it wouldn't destroy any of our redstone. We just don't want water leaking everywhere. You see there's a block on each side to hold in the water that we placed in with a backwards stair. I'll be showing you later about how to do that. So as you can see, we put blocks on the bottom parts, like right under the 2 blocks that we placed outward. So that's to stop the water from leaking out when the piston starts moving. And then you have to turn on the machine in order to place the sugarcane, or else it will not work. And then last, you just surround every area with glass. This should cost 12 glass blocks in total if you use the least amount possible. However, if you want to fill in the extra areas, then it's going to cost you an extra 10 glass, as I did in the first example where I put 5 modules together. Now I'm going to build a model of this so that you guys can see specifically all of the steps in action. More specifically, the step where I talked about waterlogging the stair. So this is the first step, already done. Next, we're gonna go in the inventory, and we're gonna get a redstone repeater and also a redstone torch. there's our redstone torch placement. And then we're going to look here. The repeater has to be facing that direction. So we're going to come up, because it's going to be facing backwards. So if you're on survival, you have to jump to place this. So you're going to have to jump, and then you look up a little and place the repeater. It should light up immediately. And then you place your redstone dot on the back to make it flash. Is everybody seeing this? Next, what we're going to do is we're going to need a lever, a chest, and a hopper. Now, this is going to be the third step, where we place a lever on the front, as you can see in these examples. Lever on the front, turn it off, chest, and then you're going to have to stand for this one, place a hopper into the back by crouch placing. Next, we're going to have to get a dirt piece, a piston, and a redstone torch. First, we're going to place in our piston on the back like I showed you earlier, our dirt down, and this time we're actually going to place the torch on the bottom half of the piston, like before. Now, we just need 3 blocks and another redstone torch, as you can see in that step I just showed you. So we put one there, another one up. You're going to place the redstone torch on the bottom block after you place the third one. Now, there's a little bit of a gap there, where you're going to place the redstone torch. Even though you can't see it, you should know that it's there, which is very important. Next, you're going to place your 2 redstone dots. They should light up. And then you're going to place your piston on the small hitbox like I showed you earlier. It should push out immediately. Next, we're going to look at this example here. And you can see that the next step is to get a waterlogged stair. Now, this is very complicated, so you have to pay very close attention when doing so. I'm going to pick a stone brick stair, because it's my favorite block, but you can pick any stair you would like. And you're going to face it backwards. This is very particular. It has to be facing backwards, just like so. I'm going to show you another example. So look, you should see it should be a 1/4 gap there between that and the block with redstone on top of it. The only way to place it is like so. So you can see that. Next, we're going to need a water bucket. And we're going to grab our water bucket. We're going to place it in that very small gap that you see there. You have to place it on the gap. You cannot place it on the piston head, or else the piston will get water in it. And then the water won't be traveling up and towards the stair, helping the sugarcane grow. Has to be up there. You should see it right there. Has to be up on that block. And then you're going to take a block. Don't worry, the redstone will not break it. It won't break any of your redstone to water. And then you place a block on each side. The water stops flowing. Now, the next step is to place blocks underneath the 2 blocks you just placed, like so. And that blocks water getting out through the piston. Then, you're going to have to turn on the farm and place your piece of sugarcane. After doing so, you can turn off the farm again to avoid the piston noise. And lastly, you're just going to surround the farm with glass. Now, it's mandatory that you use 12 pieces of glass, or it's actually not even mandatory that you use any glass. You don't need glass for this, but it looks a lot better when you use glass. So 12 pieces of glass are required. However, if you use 22 pieces of glass, you can surround the front part fully and make it look a lot nicer. Now, that was just a temporary block I just placed, and you'll see how I'm going to break in a second to use the minimal amount of glass. And that is one singular module complete. As you can see, it's a compact modular design. It's very